Hello, everybody, what is up? Tonight, I want to bring up my personality, not to make some kind of complaint. I was thinking about my own character, and suddenly I realized that I'm not very familiar with making complaint actually. And I'm not very sure whether this kind of personality is good or bad. Looking back my life course since my childhood, I suddenly think of my own character that I can't think of any of my past with serious complaint about my life. I mean, the condition which I was never be satisfied. But I definitely remember that a lot of case I was not very happy with what I was and the thing available to me at the time. And then now I just think of that matter, but I can very clearly remember anything I really make serious complaint to anybody. Maybe I was frustrated. I mean, definitely for a lot of things I was not allowed. But I can remember that I made any kind of complaint about that fact seriously. And I feel kind of weird because I'm definitely one of the characteristics who fight against some kind of unfair thing. That's for sure. But what I'm saying is I can not think of myself in the past making some official complaint, right? But funny thing was I was all the time kind of rebellious to the conventional upbringing, and I clearly remember my life course with a lot of struggles, a lot of fight against the circumstances and environment. But I can clearly remember that I really make some kind of official verbal complaint about the situation. However, I can clearly remember to the bone that I have been all the time struggling and fight against the thing that was not allowed to me. And it's kind of funny feeling, really weird feeling. seems that I'm not quite good at making some verbal complaint, but I'm sort of activist. Maybe my action comes first to the verbal expression, I believe. Maybe that's the case. So I can't remember any of official complaint I made during the school days, and maybe during my corporate job career, and then my own business as well. And somehow it also indicates that I was not properly educated to make complaint, right? Maybe I didn't know how to make complaint verbally, officially, right? Civil way. Possibly there is a case as well. And I was not taught how to make complaint in a civil way since I was young. And then I just act first before my speaking out my own complaint in my heart. I can see clearly which one is better. Maybe if it's both way, like you know how to complain in a verbal way, and then act to acquire what you want also. But in my case, maybe I was not taught properly how to make complaint. But I still feel very frustrated. The thing I was not allowed. So in order to acquire those things, whatever it is, maybe financially, money wise, or some mental wise, whatever it is, I just not familiar making verbal or some written demand, and I act instead. And I don't know which way is better, but in my case, turning this age, I mean, just act first before making verbal complaint. To me, it's more comfortable. What I mean by act first, it doesn't mean any kind of violence or something, that kind of thing. I mean, what I'm saying is, like, before making kind of verbal complaint, I just do whatever I can improve the situation, and then I can say that kind of approach is desirable. But in my case, turning this age, maybe I'm already to get used to. I get used to it. I just don't want to only complaining, right? And then just wait others solve my problem, right? Maybe I'm too old, or maybe I was not properly educated to make some kind of complaint and make others improve my situation. But I just rather act, rather do whatever it is if I can improve the situation by myself. Maybe I think that's the case. And maybe when I was much younger, this kind of approach is less desirable, less recommendable maybe. But turning this old age, I just don't want to hassle around with other people about the thing. Anyway, for my benefit, I just want to do it by myself, and I don't wanna let others take care of my own problem. And I don't want to waste my own time and energy to hassle with other people to improve my own issues. And the thing I learned from my life course, whatever the issue it is, if you want to profit out of the situation or benefit yourself from the situation, there must be another part against your own favor. And that make things more complicated. And these days, what I see is people are too diverse and polarized. So you may think the thing you want some favor from one part, there might be some other counterpart who don't want to be the side of your favor. And then most of the case, the other counterpart taking very drastic turn to your favor, on your favor. So it creates a lot of hassles and kind of quarrel, and I hate that. I hate putting myself in that kind of situation to acquire that small benefit from other part. So I'd rather do it, but do it some action myself without relying on any other party complaining, something to your favor. I just don't want to waste my time and energy for that trivial matters, which doesn't really make big difference to my life. I don't know which way is better and desirable, but what can I do? I'm already get used to this type of mindset, and I feel more comfortable. There's no really clear-cut answer in your life. So maybe I would go on this kind of trait on myself as I've been familiar with and feel most comfortable. Thank you very much. Hope to see you in the next one.